Bros listeners, this is Noah from Dentops. Brandon and Andy will be back in a minute with another awesome show. But in the meantime, I want to tell you about our new Dentops community for retail PDR and hail repair business owners and operators. It's a totally free Facebook group where you can mastermind with other PDR folks, ask questions, and share knowledge about growing your PDR business. Within the Dentops community, we regularly post content and host live streams about important topics that will help accelerate your PDR business, like marketing and sales, estimating, customer experience, team and contractor management, and a whole lot of other things that will help grow your PDR business. I would love for you to join the conversation. You can jump in or learn more at dentops.com/ginger. Check it out now, and I hope to see you on the inside.
What's up, everybody?
I always want to say what's up when it comes off, and I know we just jump over each other
Every
when
time.
we say it.
Never fails.
So like, I'm just gonna let him go first. Anyway, what's up, Mr. Tim Green? I was waiting until we get at least one viewer to start the video, and then Tim's message pops up, and it still said 0 viewers.
That's weird. What's up, Mark Yeager? How you doing, buddy? I'm sure you're glad to have Brendan home, John home. I'm glad to have John home too, and Brendan. I ain't got nothing for Brendan to do, but I'm taking John to work with me tomorrow. I gotta get him in, get my backup in finally. Call Corey. I was like, all right, dude, I need him back. Come on, man. Quit hogging the Jaegers.
So we got a Facebook user too. So, what's up, Facebook user?
What up, Mr. Jacobson?
What's up, Eric?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Brendan in here too and see if I can find him some stuff to do.
We got we're still sponsored by Dentops. We didn't have a show last week, so I told him we'd give him the next 3 shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though we'd already done 2 shows, but
that's not like we talk about it. Even he don't have to be our sponsor for us to sing the praises of Dentops. They are huge for the industry. The new Facebook group's going well. I've been posting there a couple things. Yep.
He's got he's doing a bi-weekly book review and stuff.
I bought the book. I've read 1 chapter so far.
Yeah, I haven't because I'm still reading one of my last books that I've got to read for this challenge, and I haven't gotten the book yet. I need to just do the audiobook because I listen to them more. But
I can't. But I was talking to Matt Moore, Melissa Fetty, Amanda did a post about some books. Trying to find some books to read.
Yeah.
And I told them I've tried to do audiobooks before, and they both said try to find some nonfiction or whatever and read those, or try to listen to them so you can kind of get does a little bit better. So read books and you need to highlight stuff. Sorry,
I've got several that were recommended to me last year and some this year, but by Matt, and those are the ones I've listened to and stuff. And then one of them I read beginning of this challenge, and now there's another one that I found that I've been reading too, but they're all the nonfiction, more business related type stuff, and they're freaking awesome, dude.
Right.
I've gotten a lot out of them. But yeah, the Dentops community Facebook page, y'all go join that.
He's even watching. He didn't even know. What's up, brother?
And go to dentops.com/ginger, sign up for Dentops. Like I was telling the guys, I just used them again today. It's been a little while since I've had to use them, but it's one of them things that, I wrote up PDR, insurance comes back lowballing, wanting to do it, full conventional, which I know for that particular dent, full conventional, what they're saying that they'll only pay, you're not going to get it done for that. Right. And I sent mine back in. They denied it again, called me today. I said, that's fine. So I sent it over to Dentops and, hopefully get it back tomorrow or the next day and just see. And I'll turn it in, even if it's a little bit more. I know they'll pay it. Working
double duty.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Well,
yeah, Dentops, it helps so much with insurance. Like if it's anything over $1,000, I'm just going to automatically send it to Dentops, get it in my adjusters and language, get what I deserve, and
And
Sure
and I
will.
may start doing that too. I didn't really think about it like that because, like I said, it's been a little while, a couple months since I've used them, and that's a good philosophy right there. If it's over 1,000, I think I'm gonna just start sending it to them
Might as
because
well.
like if it was written up as full conventional, they're gonna pretty much just freaking sign off on it. And but anyway,
That's their language. That's what they're used to. So
yep. So anyway, see Matt right there. Gresham has gotten big and just cute as can be, man. Yeah, y'all gonna have a mess on your hands, them three boys. But anyway, we got a good guest on tonight, and Andy knows him a little bit more than me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to kind of get to know him a little bit more. And like his dad, yeah, you're so handsome, Matt.
Speaking of kids and three boys, let's update everybody on our guest we had on about a month ago or so. Evan Torres is having a boy.
Having a boy. I called it and said it was going to be a girl, and I was
Big
wrong.
and cute. You're full of shit.
Matt come out with a vest on.
Yeah.
From the beginning. So anyway, yeah, Evan having a boy, be their third, and they're kind of like us. There's a decent difference, I think, between their middle son and this one. Kind of like it was with us. We went from, we got a freshman in college, a junior in high school, and a 10-year-old. So.
Yeah, that's wild. We got two 15-year-olds now. There he is. Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, speaking of it. So yeah, our guest tonight is, like I said, we both know him, and we actually had him on our little podcast, our live Radio Row podcast.
Yep.
We pulled him up there for a minute or two.
I forgot he came up there. That was such a shit show, just dragging people up. I don't even know who we had on.
So anyway, without further ado, we got Mr. Tom Poland on with us tonight. What's up, brother?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Dude?
Just trying to hang in there.
Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty there, but you got it figured out.
Yeah, I'm not an Apple guy. I catch hell in the group now for not being an Apple guy. And then when I try to use an iPad, I can't connect. So.
Well, hey, it was on us too, because we kept saying, just so everybody else listening, if we ever invite you on, just know now that you used to not be able to open up the link, the invite through Safari. You had to have Google Chrome. And now, so that's what we told Tom, and he's like, it's not working. And I tried it on my phone, and it's like, use Safari. I'm like, so now it's changed. So you got to open it up on Safari on an iPhone and iPad. And
it's like everything. You figure something out, and they update it and change the whole game every single time. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm sure there's probably like a contract between them and either one of the.
Oh, absolutely.
There's got to be something. Anyway.
What's up, Tom? How you doing today?
Not too bad. Wrapped up a nasty little door ding. As talked to you earlier. Just about a $50 size, right at the front of the door on a BMW, and just two right through the body line. I tried for hours with like every tool on my damn wall, and all I did was like chew it up, and I just couldn't get it. So I finally just pulled the door. Should have done it in the first place.
Yeah,
right.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
It took 8 minutes to take the panel off and the door off.
Yeah. And it's like, why didn't I? It's always in your head like it's just going to take me a while to do that. Why? And then when you do it, it's like, crap! I should have just done this in the beginning. Had it done, knocked out. That's lunch.
I don't know what he's talking about. See, I don't do that because it took you 8 minutes to take that door off. It would have took me 4 hours because I am not good with R&I. I hate it. It's not anything that I can't do it. Like I get so frustrated.
Been taking cars apart for 25 years. So
yeah, you got a little more practice that than I do.
Like, beep.
I'm that dude that tries to drop just a little headliner down and slide a whale tail in there and get my shit done. Like I hate it.
You get the little crease on the headliner.
Yeah, you seen it when I was down there helping you with hail. Like I was like, oh God, like it sucks.
I don't mind it. I'll get in there and knock it out. And but
Some people just
Yeah,
aren't
anywho,
mechanically gifted. You guys are. I'm not. So I spent a lot of time with Tom. He went to Phoenix with us on our PDR 20 group trip. We got a nice. I got to wake him up about 3 o'clock in the morning, take a nice long 2.5 hour trip to the airport.
You're
He's like, "Are
so
you
worried.
serious? We got to leave that early?" I was like, "Yeah."
And he's like, we got to get there 3 hours early.
Yeah, you
It's
damn
like,
right.
what are you talking about? 3 hours early for a 6 a.m. Like,
And I got the TSA pre-check where I don't have to wait on
Oh,
security anymore. And
there's-
I'm like, no.
I walked right through in the normal side. Like there was.
I don't like. I get bad anxiety. Like I get anxious as hell about flights. Like anything could
he
go wrong.
doesn't want to be strip searched. Is all it is.
I ain't got to worry about that. I got TSA pre-check, but still, it's just like
You didn't.
I think Orlando. I cut it close one time coming back home from MTE, and this guy kind of left me high and dry, so I had to catch a ride at the last minute to the airport, and it was close. And ever since then, I've just been look, man, it's a welcome to my world. Yeah, I made sure. What are you talking about? Like we don't get there early when we're going together. Like, we get there on time at the best. So welcome to my world.
Amanda, you want me to just mute his mic so he quit digging himself a hole?
It was he did buy me some tools for leaving me hanging, though. At least I got that out of the deal.
It's always a bonus.
Always. Some PDR finesse tools.
Arizona was awesome. I just wish it hadn't rained when we were getting ready to take that little trip around the canyons.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, you should have went on the helicopter tour with us.
If I would have known it was going to all get screwed up, I would have been on the chopper.
Get on the chopper.
We do have to be early. Like, if you're early, you're on time. That's how this life works. It was drilled into my head ever since I was born from my dad. So it just passed over, and that's how life is now.
Early's good, but a day early is.
We made it after midnight. It wasn't a day early.
Oh, goodness.
So, Thomas,
Anyway,
tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you got in the PDR industry and all that good jazz.
Well, yeah, I had nothing to do with body shops, PDR. Like, I didn't find PDR till 34, 33. Well, I guess I would have been around 32 when I saw what it was. So I did custom car audio video for years. And I was in a speed shop, and we had a hailstorm, and somebody came knocking, seeing if they could rent one of our bays. And so got introduced to PDR by a different kind of dent guy. But I still didn't even, when he was there, I didn't really watch what he did. I really didn't care. I was into audio, custom building, fabrication. I could really care less. But he watched me as I built all this intricate stuff, and he said, I think you could do this. The patience you have with what you build, if you ever want to quit, transition over, just let me know. So it was like a couple of years later at the most, I was quitting a job. And the same day he called me and said, hey, you want to start doing this? And I just took it as a sign like, hey,
yeah,
one ending, one new beginning. So I sold my car. I sold like all of my tools from Car Audio and toolboxes, and just went on the road. Went down to Nashville and started tearing crap apart.
Nash Vegas.
Yeah.
Where was you
Did
at?
you,
It was so hot that year. Like it got to like 114 or 116. It was something stupid. It was like one of the hottest ones on record. Oh, dude, it was ridiculous. I was down. I'd have to pull up exactly where we were, but I was doing R&I in Lebanon, I think it is, and then all the way down to Nashville, basically. So we had a shop down on 4th, if I want, on the south side of town, and he just like picked up all the counts. As everybody was leaving town, he was just picking up all the stragglers.
Nice.
So I was just driving around for months, just tearing down cars, putting them back up, and then me and him worked out a deal where I was going to follow him around for 2 years. He was going to teach me PDR. And then I would have the option. He was supposed to give me a set of tools at the end of the 2 years and an option to stay with him and keep pushing or go on my own. And it did not play out like that.
Oh, dang.
But I did follow him around for almost 2 years and learned a lot of what I didn't want to be. And I didn't really learn to push.
I love that. I love
that. He surprised several people. So a lot of people I still talk to today knew him. And that's how we became closer, was because he screwed every one of us and told lies to everybody.
Yeah.
Because like we were all separate, and then all of a sudden, I found him. He had a semi-trailer, and then he had a tent that popped off the side of it, which we only popped out like 2 times because he was always. It felt like he was always trying to keep us away from pushing dents. He was more interested in what people thought and electronics and being, like all kinds of stupid stuff. And we ended up out in South Dakota for our last little stint, and I had been pushing a little bit. And the training was during the wintertime. Here's some cars that aren't fixable. Like, I mean, by today's standards, I could fix a lot of it. But back then, it was like, here's tools, find your tip, my number. If you need help, give me a call. And, the first couple times, he's like, your tip's there, there. Okay, let me know if you need any help. So when we went around, when we traveled around, we spent a bit of time. I always learned from different techs. So after I was done R&I stuff, I'd be on a panel that I shouldn't have been on because it was a paying customers panel. And different techs would come up and say, hey, use this tool. Or, hey, why don't you move your light just a little bit here? And, little stuff. So I'd pick up a little bit. Then we ended up in South Dakota, and I was R&Iing, and it's nasty. Like, South Dakota hail is a different beast.
Absolutely.
And we get out there, and the other techs are like, it's time for you to actually start basically making piece rate or however you want to say it. And did you need to get that?
No.
Got an estimate?
Sorry, I can't turn it off without.
Just answered on live. Well, let's go with it.
No, I unplugged the whole thing. So.
I was going to say that'd be awesome. Yeah, let's see.
We'll help you with your estimate. How is that dent? You just sucked my dent out.
I mean, it's like
it was funny when I went.
Come on.
It was funny when I went up to or went down to work with Brandon. He's got the Ring camera on his front door, and he wasn't there when I first got there to the shop. So I turned my hat off crooked. I was like, "Hey, I got a dent. I think you stuck out." Somebody said you're kicking ass over there, Tom.
I don't know who it is.
I don't either.
I'm trying. We're moving along.
You are. You moved up fast. Even with surgeries and everything else you've had.
I didn't have surgery. I'm still broken. Yeah.
Are you?
Like, I've been doing rehab, and he had a baby, and he's been out for a week and a half. My neck is just not happy.
I can only imagine. It makes it angry.
Well, we got out to South Dakota, and I was tearing off cars and working on more. And other techs were like, "Hey, he should start making pusher money, like not full, but like start pushing and making money, not just R&I." And they pulled him aside, and then the next day he pulled me aside, and he said, I don't think this is going to work out. And we were like a couple months from me getting free tools.
Naturally.
Yeah, so it was like, okay. So out there, I actually had a motorcycle because we were out at rally time. So I did, during the year and a half or so, I had enough money to buy a bike, threw it on the trailer. We were out there, and I had no clue what to do. So I was learning to push. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll sell you a set of tools for $2,700, everything you need. And it was just all his old crap, like horrible, horrible crap. And he said, but you have to pay me in 30 days. And I'm used to like normal work. Like, okay, so I have to figure out how to live, how to eat, how to get around, and pay you back $2,700 in a month. And he's like, don't worry, you can do it, blah, blah. So I did it, but I didn't have any place to stay. The shop owner let me sleep in the back office until I could afford to rent a lodge. Lodging up there is awesome in the wintertime because it's like $600 for the month.
Yeah.
So South Dakota's beautiful and a whole different, like everything. Like people are different, landscape's different, everything. So I really do like it.
That's why Jack's so awesome.
Is he? Is he really? I mean,
I love Jack. I talk to him more than I do anybody. I think I talk to him more than I do Amanda.
oh, you guys are snap buddies.
We are.
Snap buddies, yes.
A boating enthusiast.
You guys gave me so much shit about not using Snap. A boating enthusiast.
I don't know what Amanda's talking about.
I have no clue.
With the eye roll, though, too.
I'm so confused right now.
I am quite lost myself.
Elaborate, please.
Thanks.
Ceramic coating.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. I got you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jerk
So you
face.
guys can't take that big of a job on? Is it just shop size or?
Jerk face. We was on a 20 group call the other night, Zoom call, and like, what was it? I was showing everybody the sign-in form or something on my website, so I sent it to everybody, in the group. We get a lead. It was Benjamin Dover. It's like, do y'all do boats? And the picture of the boat was a freaking battleship. I was like, all right, who's the asshole? And I seen the Indianapolis number, so I was like, damn, Tom. So I'm texting him in the Zoom call, like, you're a jerk.
You can't throw softballs out there like that. I mean, you gave me a direct link to the.
I was like, you just screwed my whole CRM system up. I appreciate you. Came in the shop the next morning, had a new lead. Bend over. Son of a bitch. Amanda loved it. I didn't get a screenshot. She wanted to get a screenshot of it, show her dad, because he would have got a kick out of it, but I deleted it pretty quickly. I was like, asshole.
You just do a quick Google search for battleship. And it's up there.
There's one down here. You can do it real quick. Get good at it.
Say, what's up to Noah real quick? He hopped on, our sponsor. We were bragging on how amazing DentOps was earlier, and the group's doing good. We love it.
The information that I've seen, I haven't used them, but the information I've seen already on Facebook is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's cool is when you sign into your portal, it'll show you how many transitions they've done for you. Basically the difference, like, of what the total of your estimate was when you sent to them and the grand total of so far their estimates back to you, and you'll see the difference in basically how much they're making you, which is pretty cool.
Lot.
Yeah,
they're just looking for tips is what it is. Like, here's how much we made you.
Yeah,
come on.
Well, that's the thing too. Like they're adding the they add the translation in the estimate, and we had an issue finally. Farm Bureau paid one, and then they didn't pay. Like they were the second one we had some issues on, and the supervisor's finally like, we'll pay this, and we're not paying anymore. I'm like, but you already paid it. Like you set the president, you've paid it. So why are we not going to do that now? Like I helped you out. Like I made your life easier to read a freaking CCC estimate, but whatever. But any other one's been paid, no problem. So.
A lot of them just love the fight.
That's kind of like the.
I want to get my shit done and get out.
I don't like it. They do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's like pre and post scans. If you do it as a pre-scan, post-scan, blah 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 blah, list it out like that. They don't want to pay it. You list it as something else. You can list it as blueprint or whatever, and that total amount. Sometimes they'll pay it. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll do a half an hour. Sometimes it's just.
It all comes down to the adjuster and what mood they're in for the day. Who pissed in their Cheerios before you got on? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many variables.
Yep,
it's not fun. It is. That was one of my least favorite things about the little quick hailstorm that we had on. Well, it was big on the north side, but what we saw, still a good number of cars, but just halfway through it, a couple weeks in, the insurance was just such a pain. That you're running like 16 hours a day at the shop, not awake, but like you're getting like 4 hours of sleep. You're burning, and then you have like State Farm, Allstate, Geico, Progressive, just trying to chop you off, and
Oh, absolutely.
and now with like you have to have pictures of everything, pictures of in process blending the fenders to get paid for it. Yes, like
Wow.
seriously.
I didn't even know that. Like,
Yeah.
I'd take a can of Krylon and have an old fender there, be like, I just blended it.
some of that panel or whatever that spray is they put on one, Matt, and it just comes right off. Like, there you go, buddy. It's covered.
Nextera was pulling that crap. What is it? Den Concepts has Nextera now. They're double dipping, like pretty, whatever it is. I don't like it, but yeah, they were asking me for every R&I picture, and I'm like, you guys are a dent company. Like, how do you not know that when you drop the headliner to fix dents, you have to pull the hatch off? So it gets rough, very stressful.
Well,
that's when you start adding extra charge for doing their job with submitting the photos and the back and forth on the emails and stuff like that, and and then the vehicle just sit here. If you start doing that, it's going to get to a point where a lot of customers are going to be so pissed off they're going to start losing a lot of business. A lot of the insurance is.
Well,
sorry, I'm laughing at the YouTube YouTube comments. I feel like Tom's commenting like messing with us.
I can't see him, so.
Well, I'm not putting this up on the screen.
You can see it.
The YouTube comments?
Yeah.
You can see all the comments.
Is there I don't know. I'll leave that for you.
Yeah. I ain't putting it up.
I don't see anything scrolling across.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, tell us about how you got into getting your shop.
Okay. So I ended up out there. We broke up. I pushed a lot and basically gave those tools away and bought real tools. And then started, years of chasing. And that's all it was chasing. A couple good storms and a lot of trying to make money, but learning how to push. And
now, what year was this that you started?
So it would have been 13.
Okay.
That's when I started. I would have been 13, 14. And then I think it was going into 15 that was in South Dakota. 14. It was 14, 15, whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, I took his advice of stay away from that guy, stay away from Texas, stay away from Oklahoma. Find your own thing and only trust these people. And it just was always the wrong people, always the wrong stuff. And then I had to learn to speak up for myself because I wasn't confident in my pushing, even though I was really good, even, way back then. I just had to pick up speed. So I ended up in Oklahoma, I think 4 years ago was a nasty one. And I pinched my neck in Oklahoma for the first time. Couldn't use my shoulder, neck, and came home and then ended up proposing and getting married. And then we got pregnant right away and didn't think that was going to happen, but it obviously did. And so I didn't really, that hail season, I really didn't go out much because she was, at our age, she was considered a high-risk pregnancy. So I wasn't trying to get very far away. So I'd pop out for a week or two, help people out, come back. Only did it a few times, enough to make money. And just basically it was all set. Like I had thought about opening a shop, but it was all thoughts. So I'd slowly, I made my logo one year. And then I started doing little stuff. And then all of a sudden, my body was hurting and I was married and there's a kid. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick to Indy. So I came back and tried to do mobile, which I don't know how anybody does mobile. It's just,
it sucks.
It's so bad. I'm a shop queen.
I know.
Me too.
Me too.
I didn't learn outside. I had never really pushed outside. I was always in a shop. So to me, I was trying that and it was brutal. And then everybody's like, oh yeah, I got a garage. Come on, you can fix it in there. And you could barely even pull the car in it. And it's like, I'm done with this. I'd rather, the struggle. So ended up finding a nice small spot and moving into it, and then kind of growing from there. I have a weird OCD about like having to have stuff done. So like I get into the first little shop, and of course I go through and I paint everything, stripes on the walls, find some flooring. Got a really good deal on that. It was free. Traded dent work.
Always perfect.
And somebody gave me all the lights for the ceiling. All I needed, I rented a scissor lift.
Scissor lift.
Scissor lift.
Yeah, scissor lift. Got up there, rewired all that stuff, and got it going. And it was just a real struggle to think about taking on that big of a risk of like money, because it was, I don't know, as a hail pusher, you think of money differently. And it wasn't crazy, but I wasn't bringing in enough money to really think about that. So I had talked to Fetty a bit about it before I had made the jump into it, and I started doing coaching with Kleinfeld, and I broke down everything to him right when we were starting to do coaching. He's like, man, I don't know, that shop sounds pretty good. I mean, you're like a hail car and a half, or 2 hail cars from paying for most of your year. And then I found a detailer that I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to rent this spot. You want half of it for half the money? And so like I only had to pay for half of the spot. So really didn't have to push that much to afford it. So
yeah,
we got that hailstorm like no sooner than like a month and a half after it was all painted and up, hail cracked on the north side. And it's like, well, we don't even have room for detailing now. And I had to find it was just pure chaos. Like, you're like, I have to find a place to park cars, to work on cars, to estimate cars, to all this. And I have a 1,200 square foot. So the bay's like 9 and change. And we're doing dents and detail now, the back of it. And there's no room.
Well, then you bring in guys to do hail, and they wreck scooters and break the wrist and knock.
It was really crazy. So like for like just getting in contact with everybody. So when I said I want to have a shop, I'm going to meet everybody close to me, anybody that has a legit shop. So went up and met Jim Mitchell, and I contacted a bunch of people, but I went down and talked to now I can't Southern Dent. We just said his name.
Glidewell?
Yes, Glidewell. So I went and had lunch with Glidewell, and just like introduced him, like, hey, I haven't talked to anybody. I've been pushing dents for a while, and I've been at MTEs, but I just never talked to anybody, and introduced myself to the little local world. So we get in it, hails, and reach out to Mitchell, and he came down and saved my ass with the first like little grouping that got approved, because they all just approve at one time.
Yeah.
You have 20 out there waiting, boom, it's Friday, let's approve everything. And how do you do it? So customer gets all the paperwork on Friday, they get the email too. Like, so when am I getting it back? It's like, it's 4:00 on Friday. Sunday? Yeah, super fun. So it was crazy from not having a shop to deciding to open a shop to actually trying to start learning business to having. So I had Mitchell in there. I had a handful of other people that were awesome but newer. But I had Jack Bucknell. I had Fetty. I had John Vidine, and John Vidine worked for about a week and change before he had to head out. We had a guy up there. His name's Joseph DeBauer, and he's a newer tech out of I don't know where he moved, but Iowa, and he was trained by Mitchell. So I had one of Mitchell's old guys doing R&I, a trainee of Jim Mitchell, and then Jim Mitchell came down to help squeak it out. So it was just kind of like really crazy. It was just pure chaos. Like the guy next to me, so we got the little shop. The guy next to me has a wood flooring business.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a 2,500 square foot shop that is basically for all of his crap, and it has a rock stage on it, and it's his dog's house and a storage. And then he used to put on like rock shows and stuff. So there's a rock stage and lighting and everything. Yeah, the man cave bay, cage bay.
James
And it's
Bernard knows
black.
what's up.
There's like 3 bulbs in this whole huge bay that work, and everything's black and like smoke covered from all the concerts and stuff, and just black. And we barely squeezed like really 2 working at a time. You could fit like 3 cars in there to park it at night, but it worked.
It worked.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So yeah, ended up putting up some makeshift lighting, but yeah, no, it was just so crazy to go from nothing to having all these people that like I opened up and started talking to everybody, and it's just a great group.
Well, you even had Kleinfeld come down and kind of get his taste of
that's what I
hell
was
for the
gonna
first
say.
time. He ain't never done hell. And what did y'all say? He was
Yeah.
like trying to stay all night long. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, dude, you don't even. So I called Corey as soon as it happened, and like I sent him a picture of my bay. I had 5 cars in my 900 foot. You couldn't walk through them. I have
on
pictures
top of each other.
it was crazy. Well, luckily, one was a Spark and one was another smaller. So
Okay.
I got those kind of wedged in there real good. And I sent him, and he's like, "Well, I'll come out for a week." I'm like, "Okay, sure
on.
shit." He's like, "I've never done hail before." So he comes out to a real. I mean, it was not a nice story. It was big shots. It was power PDR box shots.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. And yeah, he gets out there, and it really is. He's working on one car, and he's like, "Hey, is the next one ready to go? Is the next one ready to go? What we got going tomorrow?" I'm like, and oh, the energy. He was just like, "Well, I'm on the road. I want to get stuff done." I said,
Yeah.
That's not how hail techs do it. Like, come on, there's a time. So I still like when I worked, I would work till 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes later, and get up early, and I'd put in like 12 hours a day, almost every day on the road, because I mean we're on the road to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasted all that time, learning and chasing that guy around, and I just got kind of bored with the road. Like it's cool to go meet new people, see new things, eat new places and everything, but eventually you're like, I get to see a hotel and a shop, and I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
So you just pass that point.
Right.
So
Well, it's like when I went to Oklahoma, the only hailstorm I went out and worked, and I'd go out for 3 weeks, come back for a week, went out for 3 weeks, come back, and I was done. Just because I got it to where the guys I was working for could take over. Even though the body shop that I was at didn't want those guys to come take over, he wanted me there. And but look, I had a key to it. I'd come in at early 6 o'clock, and there were several nights that I'd be there till 1, 2 in the morning, go back to the hotel because I was just there to work. I'd get some rest. I would take Sundays off, but that was it, and kind of recharge and then go back. And I'm like, I'm here to work. As long as we got the jobs in here, I'm gonna work. He's like, go for it. Okay.
the sad truth is, like, it's awesome when you get a shop that gives you a key and the codes so you can actually work.
Yeah.
But until like 4 or 5 o'clock at night, you're answering questions. You can't get into a groove. Most body shops are like, "Hey, what do you think of this? Can you fix this? Can you estimate this?" And you don't do anything until closing time, and then you start pushing.
What was great about that one out there is I trained the owner. It was just me there. Trained him on how to. He logged into my Mobile Tech RX. Trained him on that real quick. He would do it out there, and then come to me if he had any questions or, hey, you think this is the right size on here, whatever. Yeah, but these would be oversized. And I wish, like when, the 2 storms I've had here, I've really learned how to do an estimate and really get great money at easy stuff. I wish I'd have
can
known how
attest
to
to
do
that.
that crap out there. But I was still getting a lot more money for me and him than the guys I was working for had ever done. They're still working off paper forms that were pretty much dent wizard prices.
Oh god.
And I'm anyway. And when I left, he kept using the Movotech RX. I said, it's fine. Just go ahead. He did the rest of that storm. And he sends me stuff all the time. But I trained him. I could be working. If he had any questions, I'd hop down. I'd just go look. Yeah, you got it all marked. Perfect. Take pictures, everything. He dealt with the insurance company. I didn't have to do any of that.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
But you don't get them all the time.
No, not at all. Well, Tom, we're at 42 minutes in and ain't even talked about your personal life and all the stuff
or
you
the
do
actual auto spa.
Yeah, you got
We
others.
switched from the little shop, the man cave that was next to us. I was not planning on expanding, but like just yet. We were looking at the space, but like a year later, and it popped up like 6 months ago now, and he's like, "You guys can have it," but so there was like a bunch of people wanting it, so had to switch over, and then we decided to go into partnership instead of having two different companies. Well, we still technically have two different companies because I'm keeping Midwest because I don't know, I'm stuck with it.
It's your baby.
So we opened up Indianapolis Auto Spa together and really beefed it up, and we're doing really, really good ceramic coating, and we'll have some other stuff coming here soon. But yeah, everything's going really, really good right now. It's good.
How many employees do you have?
Technically, we have one now, so it's just growing. When I tell you we got in that space and we weren't technically ready, we weren't ready. I had to repaint, rewire, rebuild that whole place, replumb that whole place, flooring. Like I had to go through and crush all that, and then we're trying to learn how to still do business and grow.
Yeah.
And we decided it was time to bring on somebody to train, and it is easier to train a detailer than a dent guy. And I'm not too busy on dents to not do all of it.
Right. That's kind of the route we're going to go. I think we're going to, I was wanting to look into hiring a PDR guy, but after talking to, Gene Fetty, Matt Moore, I think I'm going to go the route of hiring a ceramic coater and having a body at the shop full time too. So,
yeah.
Oh, you hire yourself an R&I guy, detailer, ceramic coater, does all that stuff that helps you out and grow from there, and then have him train his replacement.
Yeah, which I'm still obviously learning. We got our first ceramic coating in the shop today, and been learning on that today. So I've learned a lot. There's still probably a lot to go. It's just the prep work is so intense. Like putting the freaking stuff on, I was like, "That's it? Like we're done?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Are you serious?" Like it took like 8 hours to get that to where we just smack some shit on it and roll. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's not like dents. So like the faster we get at dents, there's still a point where just a dent takes a long time because it's a pain. But with detailing, you just have to do all those 10 steps before you spend. Yours applies really easy. The crystal serum you're using, that stuff, easy on, easy off. Like it really is an easy one to use.
Yeah.
But the whole process getting there, I just watch him sweating. That's all.
My buddy Jamie today was doing the prep work, and he was like, "God, that's his first one too." And he's like, "It sucks," and I'm just sitting out there while it's cold today. He's doing it outside. I was like, "God dang!" I was like, "I didn't realize there's this much in it." He's like, "Shit, me neither. I wouldn't have done it." So,
but it's like anything else. The more y'all do it, the faster you'll get at it because you get the processing done, and but yeah.
I'm glad to finally get one in and learn. That was the problem, getting one in and, locking everybody down and stuff. So we got this customer with a Sierra, then he'll be bringing his Hayabusa next, and we'll be doing it. I'll probably do my car and Amanda's car. Just that'd be my practice cars per se, doing it all on my own, and I should feel comfortable by then. I don't think I'll ever feel comfortable, but like I'll feel comfortable enough to offer it or train somebody to offer it or whatnot. So Tom helps me out a lot too. He'll call me with some good tidbits and everything with the ceramic coating. I got him. I got Matt Moore. There's a lot of people I got to lean on too, which is awesome.
Yeah, you're seeing a big jump, and I know I was listening to a couple shows. I had to get caught back up, and talking about you want to go the way of the auto spa, and
Mhm.
I think truly, I mean, when they all tie together, that's why I
Absolutely.
Yeah.
wanted detailing in there, and then like when you're like, well, if I'm doing detailing, might as well do this, and like they all tie in great together.
Right. Yeah, you're getting the same customer that's wanting their car, shiny and protected. They're
Hmm.
going to want their dents fixed. You know what I mean? Like it all goes. They're going to want their wheels repaired and looking good on their car. So it all ties in together.
Yeah, I need Mr. Bernard to please bring my rim back. I'm selling my car.
God, James.
He stopped by like 3 months ago. It's like, hey, we can start fixing rims for you. And he took my extra, and I haven't heard from him. So I hope he
Calling him
didn't
out.
sell
Tony
it.
Come on,
Ginger.
what a real miss now.
Yeah,
We got to pay for
that,
supplies somehow.
yes.
That's too funny. Oh, James. My guy's pretty quick. I ain't got to worry about that. Like, he gets them done within a
Oh,
week usually, and he's busy as crap. So it's like he makes it happen. I don't know how. Like, he's in crazy numbers with the wheel repair. So he's laughing at you because he knows he sold that wheel.
probably. Yeah, it's worth a couple bucks. Factory Volkswagen.
so, so hey, let's go ahead and get into the who is Tom Poland outside of the PDR world, because we all want to know. We already know you have a wife and a little one. So, how long you been married? How old's your baby? And,
The, the
I know
nitty
you can
gritty.
talk about it.
Oh yeah, drop the ball. Yeah,
And
you
go.
could.
James
You got
Thompson, you're going to
15
drop your
minutes.
balls. You
Do
keep on going with this bullshit.
it. So my I don't know. Like I floated for so many years. Like most people. I didn't find my actual career until my mid 30s. I didn't like start to have focus until damn near 40, and that's when I
Yeah.
met my wife.
Same girl,
Um,
same.
mm. We've been married for 5 years coming up, and my boy's gonna turn 4 in December.
Wow.
So yeah,
December
I
what?
went December 7th.
Oh, I'm December 3rd. Close.
So I have three nephews and three nieces. Yeah, three nephews and three nieces. And as I was getting 40, it's like, you know what? Basically, it didn't happen. So I got 6 kids.
Yeah.
So I got that. Didn't know what I was missing until you have I'm missing a lot right now. He's almost 4, and we are definitely having fun with the whys and the what fors and the I don't want to do it. So
Oh,
he,
enjoy it. Please enjoy it,
Yeah.
because when they turn
eh,
teenagers, it's a whole other ball game.
he's found his attitude right now, and it's he's either super cute or just screaming like I don't want to. Like so, it's there's more good than bad, but yeah,
They still
it's a
do that as
handful.
teenagers.
Oh,
Or at 10. That's
Yeah,
what we're dealing with right now.
terrible
At 10.
tens.
Yes. Yes.
so at 40 in January, it was right before. So I was married, and then I turned 41. No, I turned 40. Sorry, I was married at 39, going on 40. I got married and I became a grandfather and a father before I became a natural father by the end of that year.
I'm so confused again.
I am too. I'm confused.
So my
I don't know
wife
if it's been a
Explain
long
that.
has
day or just messed
my
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 brain.
wife already has 2 children
Okay.
Okay.
years ago, and her oldest daughter, her only daughter, has a grandchild. So when I got
Got
married,
it.
I became a father and a grandfather by signing that
Yeah.
paperwork.
Huh.
And then a few months later, so we got married January. First day of MTE is my birthday. So on honeymoon, our first stop is uh, Florida. And then we jumped all around on the honeymoon. It wasn't just all dents and drains. We stopped down there and bounced around to see my grandma down in Florida and bounced around a lot, all the way back up home. Ended up in Gatlinburg on the way back for
Gotta
a
love
bit.
Gatlinburg.
It's wonderful. We were just down there and
Yeah.
chose the super right weekend to go down.
when nobody was there.
Oh no, everybody was there. What
Yeah.
weekend was it, Andy?
That's getting to be more. I don't think there's weekends where there's not any, crowded
yeah.
anymore. It's so touristy anymore. It's kind of gotten bad. If I go to Gatlinburg now, I prefer to just get a cabin and go stay in that cabin.
Yeah.
Go get me some groceries. I'm good in the cabin. I'm not going to do anything. That's all I want to do.
That's what we did, but I forget. Because the meetup, months out.
Phoenix.
My wife's birthday is in September, and I booked like 3 months in advance. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be sweet, and I'm gonna book a cabin for a week out in Gatlinburg. Didn't even pay attention to dates, and like right after that, Mrs. Fetty says, "Hey, here's the dates for our next meetup." It's like, oh crap! So I got it pushed. So I went ahead and changed the dates, and I didn't think about dates. It is a holiday weekend that I booked. But luckily I booked through the beginning of the week too. So after mid Sunday, it was pretty much dead. Then the next 2 days we had Gatlinburg to ourselves, right? So it was super nice. But it's gorgeous out there.
Yeah, I love
Absolutely gorgeous.
We went years back and decided we were going to go the December 26th through New Year's, and found out real quick that that's what the locals call Hell Week out there.
Really?
And you cannot get around. It doesn't matter where you go, you cannot get around. We've gone several times our spring break, which is usually the rod run up there, the big car show in the spring. And usually when we go, we come in on that last weekend. So like you said, by the end of Sunday, all of them are gone. But that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you cannot go down the strip.
You get into Sevierville and you're already like freaking stuck.
Yes.
Yeah, you're off the interstate. It's like, God.
We had to find back roads from the Walmart in Sevierville up to 321 to go to the cabin. Luckily, we found some back roads, and but it took forever. I'm like, nope, not again. But,
so you got the family life. What's your hobbies besides the shopper? Do you get to have any hobbies right now with the auto spa? Everything you've had going on.
I'm trying. So like I said, it's like you went into just auto mode and working and going out and drinking and for years, and you just exist and don't think anything of it. So I didn't have that focus. When I was younger, I played hockey a lot. So at 5, I started playing. By 10, I was playing in travel leagues and going up to Canada. By 16, 15, 16, it closed down in Indianapolis at my age group to travel. So I fell into high school and played high school hockey, got a full ride to a Catholic school for hockey. And at 18, I ripped my groin muscle apart. So I was a goalie. I fell back into slower, crappy hockey, and then I tried to do some of the old shit I did and played Superman and ended up ripping it. And then I decided, hey, instead of trying to heal and everything properly, I went back out too fast. And then I was like, you know what? Let's see what else is out there. And then, I should have just actually tried to keep going because I was actually pretty talented.
Yeah.
And, nope, I found, everybody had fun in high school. I played hockey and worked.
Yeah.
So they all had fun and drank and partied and had all these stories. I had stories of ice rinks. So I thought I'd go out and see what else was out there. And 10 years later is I didn't have any other focus. That's all I was going to do in life was play hockey.
Yeah. My
sister came out of school wanting to be a nurse. She's 42 and has at the highest part of being a nurse. She maxed it out. She's doing, she was so focused. Right. So I really admire people that can have that drive and focus right there. And I didn't find that, and I try to keep it. That's the tough, especially I really you having Amanda and like having somebody around the shop a lot to kind of bounce things and help with little things. I really admire you guys, and like Dave in Florida, Delif,
South Carolina.
having that. Is he in?
Yeah, he's at
Dave.
he's in South Carolina, like a Hilton Head or whatever. Dave Detlef.
Yeah, I thought he moved down there.
I thought he was in Florida.
Myrtle Beach area.
Beach.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
so that's not
No,
Florida.
No.
No.
But
Somewhere
anyway, yeah, him
with
and Katie.
sand and water.
Yeah.
But having that kind of second person around to keep you motivated and help with the little things, because I mean, there's so many hats.
Oh, absolutely. Amanda helps with the big things too. Like she's taking over social media, and I'm sure you all can tell a difference in my social media right now.
Oh yeah, it's way better right now.
Yeah,
way better.
I'm over here like, I don't know what to do. She gets it handled for me. So yeah, we've been working a little bit on estimates, and just being here when I can't be here is a huge thing for me. So yeah, it works out a lot. Did you put your wife in the shop?
She has a cleaning company. So
okay.
I really wanted her to have her own thing, because her past relationships, she just didn't have a voice, and I just really wanted her to choose what she wanted to do, and she's really good at cleaning, really really thorough at cleaning, and it boosts her confidence. Now she's so busy, she doesn't know what to do, and is like, I either get bigger or just cancel it all.
Right.
And, so no, I'm proud of what she's built, and she could really, man, like you could turn her faucet on. I should quit dents and just start like taking care of her cleaning, because everybody just loves her.
That's awesome.
It's really good. So
right.
So I had hockey then, and I didn't have anything. Just screwing around and playing pool and stupid stuff for years. And I loved motorcycles there for a while. Still do, but I just won't ride them because there's too many
stupid idiots on the road.
Yep. Yeah. Horrible.
Was there stuff y'all like to do together? I mean, y'all.
So I introduced her. So she's from Mexico. She's been here for just over 20 something years, and she had never been introduced to hockey before. So we have a ECHL team, which is like minor leagues. They're a farm team for the Blackhawks. So not great hockey, but it's entertaining. And so I'm a season ticket holder there, and we don't get to go to all the games, but she just really got into it, and that's one of the things that probably made me fall in love with her, is because like we started going to games and she was interested, and she would be on the edge of her seat. Like,
really?
Oh, let's do it. So she ended up really liking it. So it was pretty cool. So we were taking Thomas to some of the games, but now it's just there's no way.
And there's something about hockey, like I've never
chaos.
I've never followed hockey, but like the Predators, I go to a Predators game and have an absolute blast. Like it's a whole different situation when you go in person and stuff. Like they're awesome.
It's I don't know. I don't know how people really love football. And my nephew just got drafted by the Marlins.
Really?
So I don't love baseball by any means. Like I really understand the going to the game. Like when we were in Texas, I went to two games, saw the Yankees and saw the Red Sox play the Rangers. And it's a cool community thing. And it's just, but like as a sport thing, I don't get it. Coming up in hockey, I don't get football because it's like the most fun is tailgating before the game, and then everybody's all drunk and belligerent inside. And hockey's just fast paced, and
The only thing with hockey with me, I guess, is the scoring's low, and that drives me nuts. It's like, man, it's really 3-2. We sat here this long, and it's 3-2. Like
the best games are 1-0.
Yeah, I know.
I was a goalie, so like for me, you want
absolutely
games.
Yeah.
Well,
you know the mechanics of the goalie and like the saves and you know what all that takes and stuff. That makes a big difference. Me, I'm sitting over like, God dang, like put it in the freaking net. Like this is boring.
Somebody hit somebody.
Yeah. At least beat the shit out of each other.
We had a minor league team in Mobile for a while, back in the 90s and into early 2000s, and they were great. I mean, they'd win the championship like every year, and then just like any other sport in Mobile, Mobile supports it in the first few years, and then that's it. It's gone. And which sucked because I followed it back then. I loved hockey. And like we had taken a trip to St. Louis in high school, family trip in the summer. Got to go skate on the Blues practice rink. That was freaking awesome.
I played on the St. Joe Arena when I was younger. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even when we had the hockey here, they'd open up the rink to, on weekends or something like that, and you could go skate and stuff. It was fun. I loved it, but yeah, we're a big baseball family though. But yeah, I understand it's hard to watch it on TV until it gets like playoff time. And and if your team makes it, like the Braves make it to the World Series, then it's really fun. Then but until then, I love going and watching it in person. Same thing with football. Soccer, I can't watch either way. But yeah, hockey,
Mr. Campbell.
I just hadn't kept up with it in a while. But I'm like you; it's probably the most fun one to watch. On TV, it's hard because sometimes it's a puck. I remember those years a while back when they make it glow on TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That makes it a lot easier.
And then you go watch it in person, like, where's the glowing puck at?
Yeah, right. That's a good thing about the Predators. Like, I've been at the very top last row. Like, the thing was right above my back head, and I could still see everything and watch good. So, yeah, that's a good thing about it. You go to a football game, like, depending on where you're sitting, you're like, what the hell? I don't know who's doing what, who's on defense right now, because it's so damn big.
James
That's
Bernard
why you need
went
the
to a fight and a hockey
jumbotron.
game broke out.
I posted on Facebook. It was opening night last Friday, and we played Fort Wayne Comets, which is a rivalry for many, many years for any team from Fort Wayne to Indianapolis, whatever minor league was here, and there's always fights. So opening night, huge scoring game. It was 7-4.
Oh wow!
Patrick there.
Wow.
It was a really good game, and there was there was a whole.
So you don't know if they're.
It was 5-on-5.
So they need new goalies and what they need.
It's the beginning of the season. Yeah. Now the tough part about the minors is that anybody that's good, really good, they pull up.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get somebody, you're like, oh, this is awesome. They're like,
they're gone.
Yeah.
That's the same way with baseball. We had the minor leagues here. That was where I met my wife for a long time. And as soon as you get somebody good, they're not there for a full season. So
yeah, I think it was Prince Fielder came through the Nashville Sounds, AAA or whatever, and then he's gone. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's like, all right, cool. That was cool for that one game, and then you gone. So who's next? Step up.
Goodness.
So I'm trying to find new stuff. So like trying to get my kid to do stuff. I bought him a fish tank. Like, hey, you know what? Like, it's a 29-gallon fish tank. I was like, I'm going to load this with some fish, blah, blah. Oh. Knew nothing about fish, so it can't be that hard, right? So I killed almost fish. All of them. Okay. Yeah, super easy. Throw some stuff in there. And then it pissed me off enough to want to actually learn how to take care of them. Mm-hmm. So my wife has a little tank with some little fish, some little guppies in there and some snails. And then I have a larger fish tank that I was like, you know what? I'm going to prove to myself that I can actually do this.
That you can keep something alive.
Oh, yeah. Well, I proved it with my kids so far.
I know.
You wouldn't think the way my wife always like, you're going to kill him.
Tell your kids, you'd be like, you see what I did to them fish?
Well, a lot of fish went to the fish hospital.
The fish hospital.
Out. Yeah. They just never came back home.
The swirling one?
Yeah. Give him CPR.
He did. I didn't catch it before he got home, and she got home one day before, and I got a crying phone call about.
Oh God!
So he flushed it, and started learning about death, and then for like 2 weeks, all he talked about was dead and dead and dead and dead.
Daddy
Well,
Dory died.
at least he didn't want to keep reaching in there just to watch them be flushed down the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You come back and there's no fish in your tank.
yeah.
At least he's not a psycho. Like,
That's a glass half full right there, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I seen Nemo. He went down the toilet. He made it all right. So.
Goodness.
How many
I don't
times
know,
have
I
y'all
find
watched
it-
Finding Nemo and Finding Dory?
Just a few. He's not really. He doesn't really like movies. He likes Paw Patrol and different like short
Oh
stuff.
yeah, Paw Patrol.
Bryson, I
but-
forgot he did have a fish named Catfish Dinner was his goldfish's.
Says bubblegum, om nom, like peanut butter.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped naming them after a few went away.
Just he's
I
like,
think he-
I'm going to get attached.
I think he knew. So I'm trying to find hobbies, and like I said, so I got 4 fancy goldfish, and I'm gonna start setting up my office for myself because I really, we have garage space, and they're like, we really don't have our own like safe space. I got my shop, and but in here, so I'm trying to kind of set up there, but yeah, I mean hobbies are tough. Like I have to fix stuff at the house. I'm building stuff out. I'm
Yeah.
not building at the shop. I'm building here. If I'm not building something, I'm fixing something.
Right.
So it is tough. I don't know these. Let's see.
Dang. Big fish.
Oh yeah.
So
What's wrong
They
with
got
his-
some bellies on them.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
that one's
he
head? It's not a tool muff.
nothing. They all
Call him
different.
Butthead.
Man.
Yeah. Well,
So
you got
they're
an ass on
super-
your face.
They're super fancy.
No, it is hard. Like,
Oh.
I guess golf would be my hobby, and I play it maybe once a month, and it's like I play it just enough to never be able to get good. Just suck just as bad as I did the last time I played. So it's kind of frustrating, but I know I never will be good at golf, so I just go out there and enjoy myself. I always said if I got mad at golf, I'd quit.
You would be if that's something that you strive to get better at. But
Yeah, I know better.
Yeah, it's like anything else. Without practice, you're not going to be.
Yeah, you play once a month. You don't even expect you to do anything.
Yeah.
You better do it now before you have shoulder issues in your near
Oh,
future.
they're already there, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
you should see how many times I roll back and forth a night. I look at my sleep number; it's like yellow, where I've rolled so many times from each shoulder. It's ridiculous.
Oh Lord.
I'm scared to know what I need to be done to them though, because I'm like, I can't. What am I going to do? Shut down? Like you can't do that.
That's what I need to do. Like I watch Brandon. I'm like, God, like so. Before I got married, I was my highest weight was almost like 270 and 6'1". I'm 6 foot now, and just boom, big, unhealthy, didn't feel good, and I dropped 50 pounds, and then got married, got pregnant, got going, and I kept it off pretty well. I just stopped doing all the healthy stuff that I was doing, and I was moving so much that I really wasn't really regaining it. And then during the right in the midst of the hailstorm, my neck just gone, and my whole right arm couldn't use, or my whole left side couldn't use it, and then having to get epidurals to even move my damn neck off of my shoulder. And I just spent months overeating and comforting. Like it almost made the pain go away. I don't even know what to say, but yes, eating incorrectly, eating late, up all night, sleeping bad hours, not drinking enough water, all the crap. And for about half of the time from then to now, starting to get better. I know I shouldn't be doing a lot of stuff, but for a whole chunk of that, I didn't want to, like a bad sneeze made that tense back up, and I'm like, man, I don't want to take the chance with anything. And I was just scared. Now I'm pushing, and everything still hurts, but it's not locking up, so I don't have any really great excuse. I'm going to, and I heard you say that you were going to start the 75 hard with Brandon, weren't you?
He was, but then
Didn't
we
happen.
didn't. Well, the plan was we were going to like do it at the beginning of this year, and then we didn't. And then I'm like I'm like I'm going to do it, and he's like, oh, I'm not. And then I'm like, I just literally I had beer in my mini fridge and just bought another case of Coors Light, put in my mini fridge, and then I'm like, I'm starting at September 1st. That was 2 days after I bought the beer. So it's either drink all the beer or do what I did and make I could have gave it away, but no, I poured every single one of them out, crushed the cans right there, kept them in a box. And, I've had a lot of friends, well, you could just called me and I'd come get it. Like, no, because it was something in my head,
Right.
But it's it's hard starting out. I mean, it's not easy. Yeah, I mean, it seems easy. First week, you're pumped up about it. It can be easier. Second week, keep going. It gets a little rougher, then it gets easier, it's just a mental game is all it is. But I tell you, I mean, yeah, I'm sore. My shoulders, I mean, because I had the rotator cuff issue 2 years ago, and it's still, but I am getting stronger. Like I can lift up here and that. I just can't. Like I can't do pull-ups or hanging. I can't hang because it pulls a certain, muscle or tendon right there. But I mean, I can lift up. I can do all that kind of stuff.
He said DBAP.
Yeah, he's just finding excuses to be like, oh, no, like this right here,
like
over here.
that way. But I mean, yeah, there's such a big difference. The water, just the walking. Like last night, I didn't get to go walking yesterday morning because I was going to have to be here at 6 to try and finish this hellacious job that I called Andy and have an event session on about. So I went walking last night. I got about 0.2 of a mile into it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try running. I hadn't ran in a while. I ran probably, I don't know, half mile, stopped running, started walking again, kind of catching my breath and everything, walked for about 0.1 of a mile, ran again, walked for one little section, probably 2-3 tenths of a mile. And then I started running, but I slowed my pace down and was able to kind of focus on controlling my breathing, and I ran all the way back to the house. So out of 2.7 miles, I ran over 2 miles.
Nice.
First time ever been able to do that in a very, very, very long time. Now, yeah, I don't like to run because I don't want to ruin my knees, but it was one of them things. The whole time I'm thinking, hey, I can make it to that stop sign right there. And when I started that last time running, I knew just right up the road is the steep hill I have to go up. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to make it up that. I get to it, I'm like, you know what? My breathing's fine. I'm not hurting. I made it up the hill. When I got to the top of the hill, I was like, I'm going to make it to that stop sign. I got the stop sign. I was like, I'm going to make it to the other stop sign. And I just kept going until I'm back at the house, and I come inside. Well, so when I started, and I ran the first time and I stopped and I started going down this decline, Mandy and my kids were they were coming back. They went up to Little Caesar to get a pizza or whatever. Here they come up behind me and they got the windows down going, woo, go daddy, yeah, they're like rooting me.
Playing Eye of the Tiger and shit.
So I get back to the house and I'm like pumped because I ran, a good 2 miles. And I'm like, they were like, oh, it's because we came by and rooting you on. You had a good team. I'm like, yeah.
That's what's sad for me. But when I was in the Marine Corps, like 5 miles was no issue. Like I run 5 miles. And I kind of did like you in my head. I'd be like, okay, I just got to get to that point. Just got, I keep finding points and run through it. But man, I ain't running 2 foot right now. Like it ain't happening. I will die.
I remember back in ankles from hockey.
Oh,
running's out of the question now.
But walking's great, and you can walk faster, and it's fine. It doesn't put that stress on your knees. I know I'm going to have bad knees. One of them's already hurting, But me doing this, it's actually stopped hurting. And even running last night, I was sore throughout the night. Got up this morning, went on my walk, and hadn't been sore yet. It's like doing all the concrete work Saturday. Dude, I mean, my back was sore, my lower back, but my abs, I don't even know, right underneath, say, your breast, the top of them right there. It was so, they hurt Sunday. So when I got home Sunday, we had to go to the camp and do stuff. We got back home. I'm like, it hurts. Like even all the ab work that I've done has not done that crap. So I'm like, you know what? It hurts. What's my workout tonight? I'm doing abs. I did abs, stopped hurting. I hadn't had issues, And I tell my son that because he's been working out with me last, 3 weeks, and he hates ab stuff. He can't really do it yet. And like, that's his weakest spot. I said, if that's what you hate, you need to keep doing it. He said, well, to be honest, I hated squats until I started working out with you. Now I love squats. I'm like, see,
there you
go. It's all up here, man.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, that's what this challenge has freaking done, is cleared my head of that. Now, when I get a door that's, bent the hell and back and feel like I'm failing on that, I just call Andy and cuss at him and
Yeah.
they'll start throwing tools everywhere.
Yeah, I'm good to get a call and
but I got it done.
Once in a while. Lucas, I'm not sure what knees over toes is. I've never heard that expression. You can elaborate.
Squats.
That's what, man, I got to be mentally ready for it. That's what usually I'm doing. I'm like, I'm not mentally. I would have quit like so fast when we start talking about it. I got to be 100% prepared, and I'm not.
Well, I think, and I thought the same thing, but it's just one of the things that you just got to push yourself. And
right.
I think you'd be fine doing it.
I told you my biggest issue is when I got to go to U-Haul and I get up at 4:00 in the morning, like, there ain't no 2 workouts coming out that day. I can go ahead and hang that shit up. Like, you barely gonna get one, maybe.
But you find time to do it. You find that time because, us traveling, saying going to Arkansas or me going to the camp and that. Yeah, I've got to push it back till late. I've had to do twice in the past week and a half. I've had to do both my workouts in the afternoon. So and the thing is, you can't do them within 3 hours of each other. So I would have to do it. Say the other night, it was 6 o'clock or 6:20. Then I've got to wait till almost 10 o'clock. I would get that second one in, and then I go take a shower, go to bed.
Right.
How do you go to bed after working out? Like, seriously.
With me, it's no issue. It's if I feel like staying up, which I've always have, I can watch TV and stuff. But if I just turn the TV off and I close my eyes, my wife has always gotten mad at me. How do you fall asleep so fast? Because I'll start snoring.
Well, Ray's proud of you, and I'm proud of you too, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
But leave the Secret Society group.
We always time on the phone. I do agree with that. Like, you get that little screen time on Sundays. It's like, God dang, that was like that's too much time. It's depressing.
What got me to drop my weight the first time was yoga, and I did DDPY yoga, Diamond Dallas Page yoga.
Yeah,
the app's $100. Woo! I'm not even. You want to sweat your ass off? Do that yoga, and I felt better. A month, felt better, slept better, everything. I'm so stupid. Like, it's a half an hour, 40 minutes a day to do a workout with yoga, and you feel better. And you maintain and you feel better because you're breathing, and breathing just changes everything in you.
I'll do if it's one of them that, because it doesn't define, you've got to do like high intensity workouts or anything like that. It's 2 45 minutes. It's being active. So there's sometimes that I'll turn it into one of, it's a I've got several videos that I'll watch, workout video, but one's stretching. It may be a 30-minute long stretching and flexibility, but that is so important, man. I've been able to do so much more just by doing that. And then I'll do a 15, 20-minute ab workout after that instead of doing, because I've got 2 big workouts a week, and then I do band workouts or the stretching or the ab workouts and stuff like that the rest of the time until my 75 is up, and then I'm moving into 3 days a week of big workouts, and then I'll do some trigger sessions every now and then and stuff with bands. But that's my whole goal was. I didn't go into this to starve myself and to make myself skin and bones by the end of it, which I've seen a lot of people do with this crap. But drinking all the water, sticking to a meal plan, but I wanted to get in shape, gain muscle. So I've only lost like 13 pounds.
Yeah, but
I've gained muscle. And so you can really tell, man, I've lost a lot in my face and stuff like that. But just like my before and after right now, yeah, you can tell a huge difference in it.
Yeah.
And
see, Amanda wants to do it too. So
yeah.
I'm saying, Mr. Patrick, if you want to do I was thinking about doing a 20 for 20, like a 20-day challenge for the 20 group.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
You want to do you and your wife? She wants to start yoga.
She's in the 20 group. She can do it.
Well,
she represents me.
Trace Terry was talking about it when we had him on. He really said the DDP yoga
Mr. Vidine
was freaking awesome. But he does a lot of natural weight stuff, and you look at Trace, dude. That dude's ripped.
He is, dude. He's big. Yeah, Amanda was real hard on them HIIT workouts and stuff. Like, she'd go out in the backyard with her mat or whatever and do them, and she'd come in just like drenched. I was like, good God. I don't think that's his life.
It's resistance based. So you're like engaging muscles as you're doing stuff, and you just don't think about it. Like playing hockey, stretching was what you did before the game, before the workout, not as the workout. So it's brain trash. It's just like work stuff, and we just keep on letting brain trash sit there.
You right.
It's the same, like with all the stuff. The reason that you're moving forward in your business is because you're getting rid of your brain trash saying not to do it, and you're moving forward. You got that big old fancy sign back there. You're painting walls, and you're doing this stuff because you're like, you know what, now's the time.
Yeah.
And I'm really tired of getting fat again. Like, my shirts are getting tight. My back and shoulder hurt. My breathing sucks. I'm snoring like crazy, sleeping. I'm ready.
Yeah, I started eating better, and then Amanda brought home a big old bag of like Halloween candy, and that shit went out the window as soon as I seen that. I was like, "Oh, you got the Reese's and the Kit Kats? Like, let's go!" I have stopped drinking my Bangs. I'm doing like a B12 drink mixture in my water now, so I quit the Bangs because they're obviously high sugar and everything. So at least got that going for me. I'm trying.
Well, I mean, you quit drinking over a year ago. You start doing that, drinking more water. You said you were trying. You said you were trying to stop smoking. That's good. That's you're in the right mindset at least.
Yeah,
and the rest of it, like the kids and the kids and Mandy, and I mean they'll get stuff like our the night of our anniversary, we went out to eat and everything, and Mandy was like, "Man, you know what I really want? Krispy Kreme donuts."
Oof.
So we left the restaurant, and she's like literally, I really want Krispy Kreme donuts. So I'm like, let's go. Of course, I got to sit there and I can't really smell, but I can smell them. I know how they taste, because especially when you get them when they're hot right there, squish them together and shove them down. And I'm sitting there just drooling over it, but nothing I can do.
Shoot, we sat at home Saturday. We didn't leave the house, and we DoorDash, and I got like some macaroni and cheese with some chicken on it, and then I got the brownie that had hot fudge with it, like this freaking huge. But she said I did not eat them in the car in front of you, though.
She waited till she got home.
She had to clarify, though. I am not an evil person.
I told her, I was like, you can. I'm fine with it. That's like going to the camp and all the guys drinking beers. Every time they grab a beer, I grab water.
Yeah.
Let's get in the mindset. When I did the yoga and I lost the weight, I'd started with a juice cleanse, basically. So the whole morning and into the beginning of the day, I was drinking so much juice that I made, and then I'd eat something light for dinner. After 2 weeks, I didn't even want food that much. And
Yeah.
after a month of doing that, everything tasted horrible other than natural foods. Like everything with sugar in it just tasted so strong. And like just smelling fast food. Like now I'm back into, I still, it smells like crap to me, but like, and I eat it because I'm lazy. But I didn't crave any of the sugars. I would make them meals and I wouldn't want to eat it because I was perfectly content, but I was in that mindset and I wish I could find it again. I'm trying. I really need to try harder.
Yeah, that was like not drinking and going to MTE like everybody's drinking. I have my Red Bull or my water, all night long. I was good to go. Like, y'all have fun. Just watch that conversation go like this firsthand. What happened?
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long.
Yeah. Well, guys, I got an alternator and tension pulley to put on my son's car here, so I need to get off here.
Yeah, I guess I need to go home, go to bed, so I can wake up at 4 in the morning.
I'd love to sit on here and talk all night.
Oh, absolutely. Well, somebody's going to break. We're going to break your and Matt Myers' record one night. Jesus Christ, you 2 hours and chatty Cathy.
Well, that'll be the next time that I can't be on here. Then you can just do that.
But just call Vidine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, just for everybody out there, Michael Glywell hit me up today. He's going to be firing RWO back up, and I will be on there. We're going to talk about the toy drive I got coming up and the tech meetup. So look out for that. Speaking of tech meetup, I mean, you guys hit me up if anybody wants to come. Are you coming, Tom? You're coming, ain't you?
I will be there. Bringing the family.
Brandon's coming.
And so that's why I got some of these toys here that we had here. So just say, a toy worth $25, like that little scooter. I mean, they're hot and popular, boys, girls, $25 toy. These little Yodas were at Costco, man. They were $30 a piece. They were marked down to $9.99. So we grabbed several of them.
Absolutely.
But I know Target's got a lot of great deals and stuff going on right now too. So you can get a lot for your money. Bring to the toy drive, and man,
like I said, that's more chances you got to win some really cool tools so far. I mean, we've got some awesome stuff. I'm pretty excited about it.
Even though that's not what it's about.
No, not at all. But I mean, it's an extra perk for it. And Gene Fetty was on Vidine on Distant Dreams the other day. He said he's going to be doing some Kiko demonstration. We got that lateral tension puller that we're giving away, so we'll get some firsthand looks at that.
I want that one.
Yeah, Vidine's going to be there. He's bringing a bunch of glue for everybody, so I'm excited.
Can I have one request? That James Bernard is excluded from any raffles.
What if
like the luckiest SOB on the.
We went to Matt Moore's meetup and he didn't win anything. We had to give him our shit.
Yeah, we won, and I think Hudson won. Like, we were all standing there. We had already given, every time we'd grab it, we'd give it over to James. Hudson won something. I said, give it to him. He gave it to him.
So Amanda just posted the event page too, so you guys can, just RSVP, because we got a food truck coming, kind of like know, and that's the only reason, like, know ahead in advance how much food they're going to have to bring or whatever. So it'll be a pizza truck. It's going to be a great time. Like, I've had a lot of people hit me up that I'm excited to see, and like, it's going to be a blast. Jack Bucknell finally, he's been playing coy with me and be like, I don't know, it's deer season and this and that. Today he's like, I'm coming. I was like, I knew you was all along. Like, don't be.
Speaking of deer season, my cameras have been going off. Bernard.
You just hate it because he don't bring your wheel back to you.
No shit.
So James, bring the wheel back when you come.
Are we supposed? So are we fixing dents as well? Or is that all we're watching you fix dents?
So I'm doing a different one that I've done for the past 5 years, where people bring a toy and I'll fix a small door ding for the toy exchange. So I'll be doing that December 3rd. But this one's just a tech meetup. I want to blow it. It's first year in the shop. I want to blow it out of the park with some toys. I want, they usually bring cruisers. I want the whole damn police unit to come over here having to pick up toys and stuff.
Yep.
Be set. So I'm excited about it. Super pumped.
Yeah, and there's so many toy drives happening December 3rd.
There is. We're going to have to do like some kind. We're going to get StreamYard.
We're going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yep.
cool.
Do a contest with counters to see who does more dents.
I ain't worried about
I'm not
that.
doing dents this year.
You're
I'm
not?
No, because we changed it to where it's all community stuff. So now I've got several small businesses that are wanting to help with it, and so they're going to donate stuff, whether it's services or a tangible item, whatever. They can have their logo on it, something that pertains to their business that will raffle off. So
I like
every
that.
$25 gift that on the day of, get a raffle ticket. We'll do raffles for that, but they're not going to be here with tents and trying to sell their business. That's the
Yeah.
only part. So other than that, we want them to, it's like a big meet and greet with the community, small businesses, bringing their families, their kids. You know how we always go shopping with the monetary donations. We want as many of them that want to bring their kids and let's go shopping and stuff like that to get more than just our family and the Cops for Kids families involved. And so I'm hoping, we'll have jumpies, we'll have food, face paint, and all that kind of stuff. But
Nice.
instead of just technically being a Dents for Kids, we wanted to try that and see how it works this year.
I'm kind of bummed. I think Joel Mathis is going to be having surgery before ours, and last year he came, to help. He fixed like all the dents. We just sat there and watched Joel the whole time, so I won't have that this year. So I'm actually going to have to fix some dents again. I'll be like, oh
you
man,
and Jaeger. You'll have
yeah,
Jaeger,
I have Jaeger, and I'll probably have Jeff.
Probably
too.
Jeff.
Yeah, so I'll be like, oh my, I gotta go talk to this customer, man. Y'all handle that for me. No, they're great guys. They don't mind helping out. That was cool. Everybody stepped up last year. Tim and Bonnie, our last guest, gave them, hooked me up with some gift cards for them, which they didn't know they were getting. That wasn't what it was about. So, but they stepped out and helped them too. You have your will next week, guaranteed. That's the James Bernard guarantee. I don't know how far I'd take that. We love you, James.
Yeah. So, hey, Tom, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And everybody that's been watching, thank y'all for commenting and stuff and joining us tonight. But y'all remember, ticker across the bottom, been going the whole time. Y'all join the DentOps community on Facebook. Go to dentops.com/ginger and sign up for it because you will not regret it. Use them when you need to. Knowing these guys are just freaking awesome. So
they are.
They will make you more money.
Yep.
Guaranteed. So anyway, again, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, appreciate
you guys for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, so we are going to get out of here.
Bye, everybody.
We'll turn this banner off first here.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
See you soon,
all right,
James.
guys. Hey, real quick, Tom, we're going to back you out in the back room. The rest of us will say our goodbyes after we end the show. So anyway, see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks again for watching another episode of Ginger Bros Dent Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for all past episodes, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Podbean. Keep pushing, make that money. See you next week.